or some of the engineering um, um, sessions that I have had has been solely through Sadat, which led to Mike G of the Jungle Brothers, legendary
Okay.
Mike G of the Jungle Brothers, and then that led to Big Daddy Kane. You know,
Mm,
so
look at
um, yeah, so some of the work that I had the honor of working on was um, all of these are like features with Sadat X, the ones that I'm about to name to you. So
okay.
to hear music coming in and I'm about to engineer, it was kind of blowing me out the water. But I had to kind of, I had to compose myself while I'm doing what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, Capadonna of the Wu-Tang Clan, you feel me?
Man,
Inspector Deck of the Wu-Tang Clan, Elder Sensei of the Artifacts,
come
uh,
on.
Sean Stockman of Boys the Men, and that was through Ninth Wonder. All of these are features with Sadat X,
Yes.
who's
It's
legendary.
like
He's
I
been
want your
really been
production.
putting in work. Yeah,
That's what's up. I love it. I love to hear. I'm excited. Like I'm over here
yeah,
like, yes, let me
yeah,
go ahead and be one of these copies. So I can
yeah.
hear. I love that. And you know what? It makes me really excited to hear some of those names that you mentioned. Because they are veterans in the game. In my book, I'm a 80s baby. So to me, they are veterans. And to be able to bring that energy together on a project that I'm sure has been very sentimental to you. It's about, chapters of your life. And it's important, I'm sure, to have the right kind of energy on that project. So it sounds amazing. I'm excited to give it a listen and see what you got going on. How many chapters are you going to do?
Well, my focus is I have over 100 songs registered online right now,
Hmm.
so I'm just gonna keep going until I can't go no more. So
Okay. Sounds
whenever I
good.
stop, that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. If I get 1,000 songs out there, that's what it's gonna be. Yeah,
Okay, y'all gonna get what you're gonna get, and it's gonna be good, obviously, and you put
absolutely.
a lot into, your work, and that's what we love, quality music. I know that there's a lot of trendy stuff going on right now, especially in music, things are shifting, and I just want us to bring back quality music, so
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm
Yes,
excited.
indeed. That's
So
the whole focus.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So I want to switch gears just a little bit and get into the part of the show that I call Chat Back and Chew. And we're going to have a little bit of heart to heart conversation about this month's topic, which is dedicated to discussing how self concept shifting can impact and improve your overall well being. So that means your mind, body, energy in any way that you feel it has improved those areas of your life. I learned from my own life experiences, but also from real data, real research that supports the practice of basically reframing our self concept, which is like, reframing, the way that you view yourself, your perspective of yourself, and how you show up in the world. When we view ourselves as deserving of things like care and that we are capable of growth and, developing self care habits that nurture our whole well being, it makes pivots in life just a little bit easier. At least I think so. So, Papa Ness, I've been asking my guests, what's one moment that you can share with us that was pivotal in shifting your self concept and it gave you a noticeable boost in the way that you take care of yourself, whether it has been your mind, your body, or your energy, but just a shift in your self concept that made you feel like, okay, now I got to step up, kind of how I take care of myself, how I view myself, how I show up for myself.
Well, it's amazing that you asked that because uh, July 2023, I had a brain tumor, and
Mm,
it was definitely life changing. I was on the way to my aunt's funeral, and I ended up having to go to the hospital, and they immediately gave me a brain surgery from that point. So I had no idea I was living with the brain tumor for 2 years, from what the doctor told me. But the
oh my,
most humbling moment was whenever they told me I had a brain tumor. So I I I asked the doctor whether I was going to live or die.
mhm,
So that was a very humbling moment, but I was at peace at that point in my life because I
right,
had accomplished many things that I wanted to accomplish. But
right, right,
they told me it was benign, so that means it wasn't cancerous or anything like that. So
right.
I went to the hospital, did had the surgery or whatever have you. I'm in ICU and had the time to reflect and everything, and I was able to walk out of the surgery 5 days after I had brain surgery. Um,
Wow.
the most spiritual part about that as well is I went blind before the surgery.
Mm,
So yeah, I completely went blind. So um, after the surgery, I regained my sight, um, and from that point, I was already eating well and had changed my diet,
mm,
prior to the pandemic and all those things. And I believe if I hadn't changed my diet during that time, that I would not be having this conversation.
wow.
Um, so that was a pivotal point in my life where I was like, okay, I have to, tell the story, so to speak. And that's when I started doing the Book of Elliott.
Yeah.
So the very first song was called Resurrection because it
Mm,
felt like a rebirth
yeah.
after the whole situation took place.
That is, well, first of all, look at God, because wow,
Absolutely, God is good.
to be living with that for 2 years and not know and still, be able to function and then, to find out and go through all that, going blind, like what?
Right,
Wow, wow. Like nobody can't tell me that God is not good. So
right,
shout
right.
out to God on that. I'm sorry about your aunt and how that had to transpire, but
Yes,
uh
God bless her soul.
she was definitely, I would say, an angel watching over you because
Yes.
man. And then you went home 5 days later. Like
Oh,
that is a true testament to another side of, when we shift, when we have these pivotal moments, it doesn't necessarily always have to be because we were doing something that was bad, quote unquote, or harmful for us. Because as you said, you were doing good with your health, your eating, all
right.
that, and to find out that this is going on. But imagine if someone who has a mostly negative self-concept, that could have been a totally different story, a totally different outcome.
Right.
So neighbors, I just want you to see that it works from both sides. You may not even realize what is going on in the background, but it's all a setup for something greater because now you have this project that you are able to take those experiences and pour into and share that art with us. Like for one, that's a big deal in my book whenever you share, especially your personal life experiences on a very
Yes.
public platform. That's a big deal to me. So I thank God that you made it through and that we're able to indulge in the Book of Elliot and
Right.
hear about these amazing breakthroughs that you've had through your life. Thank you for sharing that. I had no
Yeah.
idea. And
Yeah.
for those who don't know, I've known Popa Ness for quite some time, but this is the
Indeed.
first time we've actually gotten a chance to sit and have a real conversation. So I'm thankful to know that you made it through that.
Yeah, I am as well. And I appreciate you bringing me on the podcast and having the conversation with me because the things that you're asking me and the question you're asking me it needs to be heard
Absolutely.
about so many different levels. And this is probably my second time publicly talking about the personal side of things because I'm pretty private, so to speak.
Oh, I feel so privileged now.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
So
you. Look
yeah,
at us neighbors. We getting the tea, okay? And it's hot and it's good and we love it.
yeah,
I appreciate you definitely agreeing to be on the platform and feeling comfortable enough to share these stories because I definitely believe in sharing stories, passing on our stories and our glories and how so much of what happens to us is really for other people in their breakthrough. And when we get to a space where we can be vulnerable and share those stories, you just really never know the level of impact it has beyond the person that you're sharing it with. So that I don't take that for granted at all. Thank you for being here to share that with us and whoever
and,
else may need to hear that.
and you're very welcome. And I tell to the neighborhood that never give up on what you believe in. For whatever higher power you believe in, always keep it first. And always be respectful to people and pay homage. Because life is short. And you don't want to burn any bridges, and you never know. Just like with Esha, I didn't know this was going to come back around like this. You
Yeah.
know, um, so it was a blessing to be able to tell my story again, and I
Mhm.
appreciate it very much for having me to give enlightenment on my life and my career. So
Yeah.
y'all stay motivated and don't give up. Believe in yourself and go for
Man, you about to have me cry a thug tear up here on this on this day. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Neighbors, you guys, if you have not taken anything from any of the previous episodes, I hope that whenever this crosses your awareness, you take these notes and you hold them dear to your heart, because these are the kinds of conversations that I feel propel us forward, especially in times like this when there's a lot of chaos and confusion going on in the world, and we all just need a little bit more unity and community time. If you are somebody who struggles with things like mindfulness, taking care of yourself, slowing down to really tap in with yourself, I want to give you a bit of a daily practice, as daily as you can make it. Write down one positive affirmation about yourself. And I want you to practice using this to practice reframing your mindset to foster a stronger sense of self worth. Okay, and then tell me how that affects your self care, your routine, how you view your self care.
it.
Now, before I go, Poppiness, I got to get a little deeper in your business real quick. I
Okay.
have some random get to know you questions. They might
Okay.
be serious, they might be silly, but this is something new that I'm trying out for the channel, and I'm gonna give you 4 questions to answer. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Number one, what is your favorite, or who is your favorite Black male actor right now?
Um, well, one of my favorites would be, of course, Denzel Washington.
How
One
did
of
I
my
know
favorites.
it?
Yeah. And I forgot his name. Duke. Uh,
Oh, from, Black Panther?
uh, he's an old school. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, let me see, Duke. It'll come back to me, but
okay.
Denzel is definitely one of my favorite actors because he know how to translate scenes and ideas to make you believe what it is that's actually going on. And
Yeah.
on top of that, he didn't compromise his integrity to be where he is.
Mm. Okay. We love a good Denzel movie. I actually enjoy hearing him speak as well whenever he does speeches and appearances. But yes, you're absolutely right. He does convey his character. He embodies it full on. So, question number two: what is your favorite summertime anthem?
Let me see. Summertime anthem. Um, it will probably be 50 Cent. It's your birthday. What's
Oh,
the
okay.
yeah,
Not 50, 50 Cent.
yeah,
Okay, okay. That
yeah,
is a
yeah,
definitely a
yeah.
dope summertime anthem. I can't lie. That song gets the girlies going, especially if it is your birthday. So,
Yeah, yeah, and the reason why I say that is because it puts me in the mindset of when I used to perform. So
okay.
and being able to control the crowd and having timeless music, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like one of the how could I say one of the blueprints to timeless music. The
Mm.
way the production was done with Dre and the collaboration that he
Yeah.
had with 50 Cent, it was really timeless music.
Yeah, Dr. Dre is definitely one of those people up there with Timbaland for me, who I really do get into their processes and like just their craft and how some of the stuff that they come up with, you're just like, how in the world? I definitely agree. In the club, 50 Cent is a bop for the summer. Anytime really, but definitely in the summer. It's gonna get you going. Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I love to see the crowd react to that.
Yeah, it's always a go in the club. Like you can never I feel like you can never go wrong. No matter what's on your playlist, you can never go wrong with in the club. From no matter international or stateside. It's a bop.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. The actor is Bill Duke, respectfully.
Ah, okay, okay, we got it, we got it. I've
Okay.
never heard of him, so I'm gonna have to look into him. But you said he was old school, right? So how old we talking? Like
Well, Bill
eight?
Duke, he played in Terminator.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
So
He
not that
played in
old.
the first Terminator and with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ah, okay, all right, okay. So not that old. I've seen Terminator, so it's been a minute, but that's not that old for me anyway.
Okay, okay.
Question number three is a finish the sentence question, okay?
All
And
right.
I'm sure you're gonna know this. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
If a woodchuck could chuck wood,
Okay, okay. I thought I was gonna it was gonna be a little fuzzy. And then question number four, if you could give your younger self a message of empowerment about one of the best things that you've learned so far, what would it be?
to never give up
Hmm.
and to always believe in yourself and don't listen to what everybody have to say if it's
Yeah,
negative,
especially. But you
especially.
know what? Negativity, it has its place. Okay, everything has its place. And just like with you getting the feedback about, your project being trash, and then you use that as fuel, it's about what you do with that negativity because it's going to exist no matter what, where you go. But it's what you do with that to power forward and what you learn from it as well. Because even in the negative, there's something that can be gained. So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't be afraid of the negative, but you don't have to absorb it. Okay.
Right, right, absolutely. And respectfully, with Bill Duke, I'm having a time with him. That was Predator that he was a co actor in, and he did
Okay.
an excellent job in that.
Oh, okay. I've seen Predator, but I'm not a huge like fan of those kind of movies. I don't know what it is about Avengers. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm a big sci-fi person, so
Some stuff, but the Predator, I just be like, ugh, okay. But I do know the movie, so I'm still in the loop a little bit on that. On
okay,
that note, though, we are gonna get up out of here, Papa Ness. I've questioned you out as far as I can, and I want to
okay.
let you go, but I want to thank you for stopping by again, and I
You're
want
very
to tell
welcome.
everyone to make sure they get in the description box to stay connected with Papa Ness and get your hands on the Book of Elliott. Okay, you need that in your life. I'm telling you.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And before we go, you can follow me at the Real Papa Ness on IG
Okay.
and at RDI Multimedia LLC on IG as well.
Yes, yes. And again, all that information will definitely be in the description box, neighbors. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. I got you covered. That's what I'm here for. All right. I'm
Okay.
Coach Isha, and this has been Chat Back. And definitely, if you're going to be following folks, make sure you're following me too. Okay. I've got
Absolutely.
self concept content over on Instagram at Delulu the Guru. And yeah, I'm going to need y'all to go over there and run those numbers up for your girl. And I'll catch y'all in the next session.